her, and then she's like, Matthew, it's May Esperanza. So he kind of was like, took him back because I guess he had never heard of a 13-year-old who thought baby beings brought babies. So he was kind of like looking at me, like very disappointed looking at me. So it's like, well, you just gotta tell him the truth. And I was just there like in the couch like, I do.
I think this was after a meeting, actually.
Yeah.
She had stayed after because she was so worried about it.
Yeah, because it caught me off guard. I never thought I was going to talk about it with my kids. I just never thought about it. Like, my kids don't know anything.
Didn't they have, the sex ed class?
No, because they opted out. I opted out. That ain't going to happen.
Why, though?
In middle school...
That's why they think baby beans are
No, because when I went to middle school, or when my nephew went to middle school, he came and he told me, he was just like, Dia, you know what they made us do today in sex ed? And I was like, what? You're like 5. Like, what? And he was like, no, they got a watermelon, they put a little bit of hole in it, and then they got a banana with a condom, and then they try to shove it in there. And I was like...
That is not like what sex ed was like when I was in school.
I was like, what?
It was actual
I was like, that's not how you make fruit salad. And he was like, no, it's this, and this. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, then you need to talk to your mom. I don't know what else to do. Because if I go up in there, that teacher, I'm just going to wring her neck. The next day, he comes back and they fired this teacher. But he comes back and she's literally on the table with the banana with her legs up in the air, showing. And I was like, what in the world? She was 22. So that's why my kids I opt them out of sex ed. I let the teachers know that if they're going to talk about it, I better have a paper because my kids are not going to.
So now you'll be very pleased to discover that her son can now talk about the difference between a vulva and a vagina. And
he got suspended. Or no, he got in school suspension
because
he corrected. Because she was like, oh, this is the vagina. And he was like, where's the vagina? That's not the vagina. That's the labia. And it was a guy, and he was like, office now.
What? Why?
Yeah.
For using correct verbiage? That's ridiculous.
Because he got embarrassed. Because everybody was like, oh
maybe
my
he
gosh,
should
so
learn
he got
the female
you.
body if he's going to try and teach it.
He got embarrassed. And I even told, because I went and got one of my books that I bought from in national training. I was like, if you want, baby, take this to school and show him.
I would have done
I got up extra early.
She comes first, right?
Yeah.
Awesome book.
I got up extra early and I went to the office and even the principal, and I put the book down, bam. And the principal was actually my science teacher from 6th grade. So he knows how I was back then, so he kind of already knew. Yeah, so I put it down there, and I was like, you point out to me where the vagina is. And he was like, I'm not going to touch the book, Esperanza. But you have to understand, he spoke out of turn. I said, no, he corrected him. If he was going to step on if he was going to step in traffic, wouldn't you want my husband or my son to stop him? And he was like, I'm not going to win this. He can just go to class. Don't worry about it. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So this is a conversation that started with a PM to me. Mm-hmm. Just by the way. She got really upset.
I was mad.
Mm-hmm. Also, so we are the sex ladies, right? So that also means that we have the necessary obligation to teach our kids correct terminology, right? Mm-hmm.
Heaven says vagina.
I'm so proud of you.
My daughter has been telling me that her vagina is in her butt all day today. And I'm like, no, that's not correct. Your vagina is inside your vagina. I don't know how else to explain this to her. She's 3.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Other than, getting a diagram and showing her.
That's funny. So something I had never thought about is offering a bridal registry.
Oh.
What else do we do, right? So we have lingerie. We have
genius.
Right? We have all these things.
So is this aside from the beads?
Yeah.
So this is something that she would.
So people who don't want to have a party can start a bridal registry with you. work it like an outside party.
Nice. That is genius.
Because it is something that makes sense, right? They're going to need lubricant. They're going to need whip. They're going to need maybe a sex toy. They're going to
maybe
need
several sex
lingerie.
toys.
Exactly. So this way they have
a swing.
Exactly. A bridal registry. That was like the best thing ever.
That's a really good idea.
Also, talk to your stylist, your server when you're out and about.
Talk to anybody.
Everybody. Okay?
I talk to anybody. If I didn't know
hospital waiting rooms. Leave catalogs there, but make sure that they're taped during where the sex toy portion is, just so that if a kid gets to it, you don't have to answer like weird questions and have it right parents. But we don't have Mount Carol catalogs right now.
At the gyno office. It's a good place to put them.
And you will be going when
I go to Charlie.
Well, if you have to go to maternal fetal medicine again,
I don't have to go back.
Well, that's
I already did that. That was last week.
Because I know my gyno, he took cards to both his offices, and the nurse had a party, and the other nurse wanted a party, and then they shut it down for lunch, and it was like a party there. And they actually invited family to come in during lunch hour. Like, my gyno, he's amazing.
So she also had a conversation with her gynecologist, was your gynecologist, right? About all the different ingredients in our products, which was amazing. And did we type that one?
I know it's on the team page somewhere. Okay. I don't remember if it got typed up or if you just snapped a picture of the
I think it was pictures.
Yeah, I think it might have been a snap picture of
I'm going to look and see if I can find it and turn it into a document, which I've been meaning to do. And he literally was like, just like me is the most amazing thing in the entire world.
Just like me is amazing. I use
it
for
and
that
he was telling me, he was like, for the vaginal dryness.
Good to go.
He was like, you can tell them to get the flavored one, and then when their husband's like, oh, you taste like this, be like, thank you. They don't have to even know.
That's how I sell just like me flavored.
That party I had, that's what the girl, I had my first party a couple weeks ago, and it went really well, but one of the ladies that was there was talking about the Just Like Me, and she raved over it.
She sold it for her.
So I ended up selling 4 bottles of that.
That's awesome.
I had girls at my party last night who were talking about coochie, and I didn't even know they'd been to a PR party before, and the one girl was like, I love that stuff! I was like, you want to tell me why? Tell me why you love it. She was like, it's amazing! And I was like, okay, ladies, here's a bottle, smell it. I'm not gonna talk about it. You talk about it.
That's what I do. As I will, like Chuck sold a bunch of stuff, remember?
Chuck pretty much ran my party.
And so when you have
until
somebody
she had to leave,
who is loud, you have them run your party. You're like, talk about this, talk about that, talk about the other. Because they're going to do what they want to do. So have them run your party. Have them sell stuff for you. It works. And I knew Chuck was going to be like that, and that's why I was prepared. It's Chuck. So totally we all grocery shop, right? Unless you're me and I send my husband to the grocery store.
Or you use Shipt.
Or I use Shipt too. Wear a name tag when you're out and about. Okay. Also, wearing it upside down is great too, because someone is going to have to tell you it's upside down.
Because they have OCD. I have OCD. I have pure romance.
I might be able to fix that.
So yeah, you'll always have somebody who will tell you to turn it around. What is pure romance? And there you go, you have a conversation. It's simple things.
When you are like explaining what pure romance is to people, what's the classiest way to put it other than I sell sex toys?
You don't say sex toys. Who says sex toys?
Nobody.
I don't
it's
usually.
bedroom accessories.
Bedroom accessories.
So it's for us.
I say adult product.
Best conversation for when you meet somebody when you're out and about. Okay.
Yeah, out and about, it always like.
I know it always changes. So
yeah. Well, my first party booked was actually because I had all my stuff in my bag and it happened to spill. And It happened to spill. Because I'm not one to come up to people and talk. Like, I don't want you to touch me. I don't want none of that.
She's not a hugger. Very few people are allowed to hug her.
I like was picking up my stuff, and they were like, "Oh, you helping me?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like I was kind of like, "Don't touch my stuff, but look at my stuff, but don't touch it." So I was like putting it in, and they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" You know, and I was like, "Oh, you know, I sell pure romance." "Oh, what's pure romance?" I said, "Oh, we're an in-home party company for women. We specialize in bath, lotions, bedroom accessories, lingerie, you know, all the fun stuff, you know." And she was like, "How do I? So you do parties?" And I was like, "Yeah. If you give me your information, you know, I can contact you, and here's my business card, you know, but if you give me your information, I can contact you, we can get everything rolling, smooth, nice and easy. If you would like to book now,
you get the best date."
You know, I already had my dates ready, because I am OCD, so I had the dates that I already had planned, because no book is dedicated to PR. So I was like, "Yeah, these are the dates that I have." She goes, "Oh, those won't work." I was like, "Well, do you need further or closer?" She goes, "Well, what about Saturday?" Which was literally like 2 days later.
Like, how do you even hostess coach that?
You don't do normal hostess coaching. You just send her a text, call her up, let her know, you know, Facebook friend. If she's my Facebook friend, I would send her different messages and whatnot. And that was like really how I did it. Versus, you know, saying like, you know, sex and this and that. And she was like, "Oh, okay, cool." It happened that she was going to school to be a nurse.
Oh.
So she was kind of like, this is great, you know, this is what I can do. And then that's when I got the idea of going to Dr. Taylor's too, was because he even said he'll set up like some of my product there if I pre-sell him stuff, if he could have it there. So, but that's really all you got to do. It's just, we're an in-home party company for women. We specialize in, you know, intimacy products or bedroom accessories, just like that. And if they say like, "Oh, well, how much is it?" You just tell them, "Oh, you know, it's totally free. You know, matter of fact, I give you a gift for helping me out, and you get discounts." You know, I don't tell them 10%, because then they're kind of like, "Wait."
That's like
we were at Walmart. She was like, 10%. I get 10% from this place. So I just told her she got a discount. And actually with her, I messed it up, and I didn't give her discount, but then I rectified the situation later. I said rectify.
I'm very proud of you. So I was at karaoke. Michelle totally said sex toys, and it totally worked for me because we were all drinking. So
I could see it working with a bunch of drinking women.
Yeah, so it worked. So, I mean, thinking on your feet works very well, because sometimes the people around you will not understand that that's not the way we talk about our business. But it'll usually work if you think on your feet, right? But at Walmart, we don't say sex toys.
Ashley says a tip recently given to us was to use Pure Romance has lingerie, bath and beauty. And most people realize at lingerie what it is. And that was, Lauren Walls said that at the Leaders Baby meeting recently. So when people ask Lauren Walls, what is it? She says, "Oh, they're like an home party company. We do in-home parties, and we have bath and beauty products like lingerie, you know, things
fun
like
stuff.
that." And then from that,
Oh.
And Lauren even said, like, you get the face, you either get the or you get the
And you're able, especially with like kids around, right? So
Yeah. See.
that's a way to get around that.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that actually helped me without. That's why I learned not to say sex toys, because I am always with my kids, like, regardless.
Yeah. Me too.
My now she's 8. My 8-year-old about got me my first baby.
The bus driver.
that was
Sure.
funny.
That was hysterical.
Yeah.
Because she's like, "So you hate your job? Mommy can."
Oh yeah, because she was complaining, and at first I was like, "Wait a minute, why is she complaining to you?" Like, I'm gonna have to talk with her. And she's like, "Well, no, I told her she hates her job. She can do what you do. You do pure romance.
You make everybody happy.
You make everyone happy." And then I was like, "You told her what?" And she's like, "Yeah." So then, like, I got a note that was pinned on her shirt, which was totally upset me too, because she pinned it on her shirt. And
Don't touch my kid.
yeah, and it reads, "Next time in the morning, you know, I want to have a talk with you, but I don't know how to talk to you when there's kids around. Because my kids have a different bus driver in the mornings and different."
Right.
And I was like, and I sent her, you know, no, my daughter gave her my card, and she goes, "I want to text you, but I didn't know if I should or not." I said, yeah, you should. Just text me.
Or call.
Well, I don't know what the heck happened, but she never texted me, and she all of a sudden wasn't a bus driver no more either, and whatever, I don't know.
Because she really hated her job.
She probably hated her job, and they probably reported her.
So, do Facebook promotions. It's totally okay to promote in moms groups if you do it the right way.
Yeah.
Which goes back to what
and
you
make sure
saying.
the mom groups let you.
There's always a day, right? Typically.
In most of the groups I'm in, there is.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you read their paid post and everything. When they were talking about the Zika virus, and I think it was Mommy Tips, honestly. I know. But they were talking about that, and so someone tagged me about Body Dew, and we started talking about it. She bought a bottle of Body Dew, which led to a $200 order when we were at Bingo. Mm-hmm.
Or like, Jennifer, you're missing the numbers. I don't care. I'm making a sale.
My husband
And then
does
she put
that.
it down and looked at me and goes, "You can't take me anywhere."
My husband does that. Every time we go out, I go, wait a minute, I gotta pick up my black bag. Leave the black bag. Just one night, leave the black bag. All right, fine, I'll leave the black bag. I change purses and put my black bag in there. And then I go to the thing, he's like, just give him a dang card. And I was like, what? I don't have nothing. He's like, give it to him.
You're Esperanzatores. Of course you have something.
And then I was just like, okay, whatever. And then he's like, I knew you couldn't do it. You just couldn't do it, could you? As a matter of fact, I done told that guy about what you're doing. He wants to talk to him and his wife want to talk to you. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm telling you, if my husband could, he would. I got all his work people buying stuff off me.
I have a friend that is a bartender, and we went and saw him at the bar the other night. He's like, "Hey, do you have any cards? I can start talking to people for you." And I was like, "Hey."
My friend owns a like gothic punk retail store type thing in Tampa, and she was like, "You should bring in some cards. I think a lot of my customers would like your stuff." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yes, I will bring in my cards."
That's why I've learned to be more friendly. Like before, I was just like, ooh, don't talk to me. Like you would literally come up to me, I'm like, why are you talking to me?
Who are you?
Yeah.
So which leads me to RBF, right? You will not book a party if you have RBF. Everybody write that down. Just because of the fact that some people's RBF is scary. I don't want to talk to Esperanzatores when she has RBF. I'm like, what's wrong?
No, because I was like, one time I swore I was smiling. I was like, I was just sitting there, and then Jared tells me, he was just like, that lady wants to talk to you, but you're being a scary bitch right now. I was like, what? I'm smiling. I see her looking at me. I'm not gonna walk over to her. I'm like, and he was like, just go over there. Go over there.
And smile to love
And then I
God.
was just like, all right, fine, I'll go over there. And then she was like, I see her, like, she was like this, looking at me. And then when I got up, she was like, I gotta be proper. So I go over there and just like, hi, my name is Esperanza. Is there anything I can help you with? Because I didn't want to be like, what the fuck are you looking at me for? I was like, is there anything I can help you with? She goes, well, I noticed that your shirt says, because every base matters.
Oh, I love that shirt.
And she was like, and my daughter does Little League or whatever, I don't know.
See, she was praised from that.
And I was just wondering, like, what is Pure Romance? Is that like a team? And I was like, oh, we're a team, all right. I said, we're a team and we're dominating the world.
We are.
And she was like, really? And I was like, and we're dominating the bedroom. And she goes, honey, are we late yet? No? Okay. And because we were at a restaurant, she goes, are we late? No? Okay. And she's like, can I get a card? And I was like, yeah, I have a goodie bag. And she's like, a goodie bag? What's in your goodie bag? And then I was like, candy? And then she's like, oh. I was like, but I have a sample. So I gave her a sample, and it was Boost. So that's the only sample I carry now, because I know everyone says not to because you can get a couple uses out of it and they won't buy it for a while.
But they will love on it, and they will book that party just for that.
Those are my 2 a.m. phone calls that are not with you. And they say, like, they'll tell me, like, oh my gosh, or it's the husband. And when it's the husband, I'm kind of like, it ain't my other man, I'm telling you. It's Mr. Boost, And they do call. I don't know if y'all ever had people call y'all, but people
I've had people
call.
message me at 2 a.m. that are now consultants.
And they'll literally be like, do y'all sell this in a bigger package? And every time they say package, I'm just like, ew. But then I was just like, yes, we do. It's like $20. Call me tomorrow, text me tomorrow, and then they're just like, will do, and hung up. And I even laughed too.
They were in the middle of sexy time.
I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, because when you hear, I was just like, don't do that, don't do that. Baby, you're gonna have to get up. No, I'm just like. But yeah, like I have people that do that, and it's just, it doesn't get tiring because I'm already up anyways. But it's kind of like.
How do you guys stay up that late?
When you have a newborn, you'll understand.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago that I had a newborn, right?
But you forget about these things.
Yeah, that's
Plus,
true.
the other thing is, it's my prime time for making money is 1 a.m.
I never make money.
My ideas come at night when I have the whole, like everything's silent.
And that's my time where, like, I don't have a 3-year-old pulling on me. I'm not nursing 2 children. I am, like, hanging out and it's like, yeah, well, I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm not being touched. I'm not being messaged by the team. I'm just going to see what happens. And that's when I usually get messages. And I get messages from the team, too. Don't get that twisted. Yeah, always 1 a.m. I'll start to fall asleep, and then it's 1 a.m.
But that's why I always say PR gear is like prime, like that's like the gold in business is PR gear.
Yeah, I get those messages all those calls all the time.
My first party, my PayPal wasn't working. I was like, it was 10:30 at night.
Gosh, what do I do? She hadn't set it up the whole way.
Oh no.
They needed a driver's license, so we ran it through my PayPal, and then I transferred all the money to her.
But it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was fine.
It took me like 2 weeks to figure out how to set up my business PayPal because it just was not working for me for whatever reason.
Did you set it up on a phone or a tablet?
I tried it on my phone, and I tried it on a tablet, and I tried it on a desktop, and it was not working. Like, they had no idea. I spent like 2 hours on the phone with PayPal, and they were like, I don't know why it's not working.
I know that I had issues with it because it was on my phone, and then they were like, well, have you done it on like a desktop or a tablet or on a laptop? So I pulled up a laptop and did it on there, and then it was fine. And it was just because I had done it on my phone.
That's what they suggested. Actually, you suggested it first, and I was like, I don't have a computer.
Yeah, that's what Jen told me to do, because I was like, I can't make it work. And she was like, just get on the laptop. She's like, it'll
Now I
work
have
better.
a computer.
I know. Anytime I onboard a new girl, I tell her, when you go to set up your PayPal, do me a favor and just suck it up and get on a laptop or a computer, and don't do it on your phone, because it's not going to work right.
Yeah.
It's not worth the headache.
It finally worked for me.
It's a pain otherwise. Okay, so somebody asked me how I booked 10 parties for next month.
How did you book 10 parties for next month?
Theme parties.
See, and every time I try to do theme parties, everyone's like, I just want a girls' night in. I'm like, here's the list. We can have a lot of fun.
So what I say is, I don't do girls' nights. We're already having a girls' night. Choose from these 3 and you'll get an extra $15 to your shopping spree, okay?
Nice.
Good call.
If you have someone who's really excited about free stuff too, you can tell them, like, do you have that flaky friend? You know we all have that flaky friend. If they're excited about a Mardi Gras night, they're gonna come to do the Mardi Gras. They don't care about the other stuff, and then they're gonna come.
Mardi Gras
I'm gonna amaze them, and then they're gonna spend it
so
all.
fun.
Oh my gosh.
I
it's so
can't
fun.
wait for theme parties.
Yeah, so that's what you offer them. Like, my party from the karaoke, I was like, hey, so I'm sending out your hostess packet today. Do you have a theme by chance? She's like, yes, we have decided it is going to be a masquerade party and this, that, and the other.
It's so fun.
And then the hostess gets excited and they're like, so I'm going to do giveaways and I want to know what you're doing so I don't mix it up with what I'm
I have
doing.
a wine and chocolate party next month.
I have one of those.
I'm excited about, except I can't drink frickin' wine right now.
Well, you're not supposed to be drinking at parties.
You're not supposed to be drinking at parties.
Afterward, yeah.
But after everyone
I had a
leaves, I can have a
hostess.
glass
She did chocolate, or they were like little bottles, but she made them. She did half the mold, and then she put the wine inside of it, and then she did the other half,
Ooh.
and she melted them together. And I don't like wine at all. Like everybody wants me to try it, and it's like, ew. But she did it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, she went above and beyond for her, like, guests and stuff.
That's what I want. I want.
And
that's when you have the $1,000 parties, the $800 parties, the parties for
that
parties.
was my first. No, that wasn't my first $1,000 party. No, I think that was my $1,800 party.
Whew.
Yeah.
Because people get excited. So then friends start inviting themselves to your party because they heard a friend talking about it. And that's how you get your party crashers.
And I always open up, like, I ask my hostess, do you mind if I open it up to people who are on my Facebook? A lot of them are like, yeah, because
They're
that's
party goers.
free money for them. And, I invite people from mine, and that's how she was a softball mom, and she had all she had was, she has 6 boys.
Well, she has sex too.
Yeah. She had 6 boys that were hers and his, but together there was 12 because he had boys.
So it's a blended family.
Yeah. But they were all boys.
Oh my gosh!
That's a lot of
I was scared with
testosterone,
3 boys.
And I was like,
that's why she named Pure Romance in her life.
yeah, and she was like, and her husband's like, before you start the party, is there any way that I can preview or taste or any of the stuff? Like, I want to see what's going on. I want to know whatever. And I was like, oh, you can come in the shopping room. I said shopping room, and that he could come in, and half that party was probably playmates for all 12 boys. Yeah. They bought playmates for all 12 boys and whipped
Their
for
kids?
Yeah. Because they had four. Because he has twins on his side, so he had twins that were his, and they had twins together. But both of the twins were like 9 months apart, so they were like 15.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
So I make a joke, ladies, and I say, okay, so we all know that men don't like to moisturize unless it's called jerkin, and then you find the tissues everywhere, right? That's how I was selling my Playmate. So, and everyone laughs, and I was like, okay, so to make sure that you don't have your tissues running around everywhere, get a Playmate.
My first item sold
got
was to my husband, and it was a Playmate.
She was so excited. She's like, I had my first purchase, but I don't know if it counts. I'm like, they all count.
I'm like, but
I
it
hope
was
you buy full price. She's like, I did.
I make my husband buy spray too, and if he wants to use a shave.
I made him pay full price for the Playmate and the Whipped that I made him get with the Playmate.
I'm so proud because it wouldn't have worked otherwise.
It would have hurt.
But like with that party, I feel very happy because I know in like a year or two I'm gonna like get the girlfriends.
Yeah, that's
they're already
true.
like in the girlfriend. Like one of them had a girlfriend 18 years old.
Perfect.
But her parents were like, no, you can't. That's no. And I wanted to tell her.
I would have been like, let's
have
have
a
a Facebook party.
Because she was outside waiting for the party to be over because she wasn't allowed in because her parents said no. And I just started laughing. I was like, you've been with your boyfriend for 4 years now, and he's already said that he slept with y'all when y'all were 15, and your parents are okay with that. Just saying.
But they're not okay with sexual health information.
See, that's crazy to me. I'd rather my kids be safe and know what they're doing.
Well, they're all pro everything because them boys each got a Playmate. Them boys each got whipped. They even got to pick the flavor of whip they wanted. Which that was kind of like on the I was like, wait a minute, whoa.
This is kind of
They're
crazy.
not allowed to be in here. They're not allowed to do anything. So how are they going to know which one tastes whatever? She literally put and she was telling her boys.
Taste these. Which one do you want for...
Yeah.
So, in order to be able to book your themed parties, okay, you are going to say that the next person to book a themed party with these 3 themes, right? So you find a picture for flip-flops and flip-flops and Jello shots.
Oh, that's fun.
And sundresses and sangria. And what else do I usually do?
I found a pizza one that sounded fun.
Right. So you do those 3, right? Because when you do,
I've seen the donuts and I was invited to donuts and
I told you that was a
dildos.
thing. You didn't believe me.
Donuts and dildos?
Yes, from Cloud9.
This is why we're
Another
classy.
company.
And that's another reason why you don't have your hostess
Yeah.
set up your events, because otherwise that's what you end up getting.
And I'm not gonna lie, I went and they had, I guess, I hope they weren't her personal ones, but with donuts on them. Like, they were, like, stacked on top of them. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm not eating none of them donuts.
And you were so proud to be a Pure Romance consultant instead of
I
a Cloud Now
was.
consultant.
What? I don't even know. I've never even heard of Cloud.
It's an emerging company that isn't very big.
We'll probably buy them, too.
Exactly.
But they allow men.
Cloud
They allow men to sell and to come to the party.
They're basically the new passion parties. We basically bought out passion parties in January. And so then Cloud9, if you look up the video, it actually exists. And it's a video where she was trying to talk about the differences between Cloud9 and Pure Romance. And she was very, very like pushy. You remember seeing it. And she was trying to get people to transfer to Cloud9 and not Pure Romance. I want to say that 97% of Passion Parties consultants transferred to Pure Romance. We just offered a better package with that transfer. So offer $300, right? So so I have certain dates available for theme parties, which are going to be in-home parties, ladies. So when you choose your date, I'm going to add an extra $300 in party sales. How's that sound?
Which is only $30
out of your pocket.
if you're giving her 10%.
That's how you get your in-home parties.
Because they hear $300.
And it's like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
But really, it's like a bottle of one thing.
So basically,
or a toy, a small.
if she has a $700 party, she had a $1,000 party, which you're only giving her $100 free, which is your advance.
It's just advanced.
I'm advanced.
So it'd be like $60 out of your pocket.
For a
Or
$1,000 party,
55.
that's not bad.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So this is going to help you have those in-home parties that you've been pushing for. And it also helps you
I'm
control
gonna
your
do this tomorrow.
Yeah, it helps you control your party dates too. And that's how I went from 2 parties to 10 parties. Each and every one of them has a theme.
Is there verbiage on this anywhere that I can just copy and paste?
If you look it up on my page,
Yeah.
there is.
Okay. I don't want to like copy and paste it verbatim, but like.
Mine's $75 added to their shopping
Yeah,
spree.
I'm
Just
not
change
doing
it.
that crazy.
Just change it.
I'm not there yet.
Is this something that you put in the little packs in your goodie bags?
No, but you could. You could
That
totally
actually
have
could be.
That would actually be a good idea.
That would be
And
really
the pleasure packs.
You can totally put them in your pleasure packs and add a party menu. And then, yeah, make yourself a party menu. There are 12,000 ways to book a party, ladies. I just told you 16. With the qualifying party is what I say for the $75. So as long as she has a $500 party, I told her, she gets it. So now this makes her hustle.
And it stops the whole, well, just come. You don't have to buy nothing.
She actually said that, and I was like, stop saying that, because then you're not going to get your goodies.
Yeah, then people are just gonna come and not
Eat all of your food.
Yep.
And your jelly shots.
I was impressed with like the 4 people that came to my party. Every person bought something.
And it was a $900 party.
It was. That's because you rock though. Like if I would have been doing that party, I would have been like, I know some of this stuff.
The one thing I will say is your friends are be the first one to cut your business through. They, just give it to me. Like, I only have this. Give me this. And then it's
Yeah.
So I say
ruin
get out
business.
of that. Also, okay, when you start your party, right?